Hey guys, this is an iPhone 5C as well as you could use this for many other different applications with phones that have tabs on them, connector tabs. We got the 5C, as you can see here. And if you notice where the home button is, there's those two pads right there. Those two little pads, when you hit the home button, it connects those together inside. Well, that hooks up to the board right down here. And when you take your phone apart after a long time, sometimes these little tabs, you'll see one looks like a little copper piece. It's actually a lot thinner than it looks because it's a very, very thin screwdriver. Put it next to my finger, as you can see. So right here, these little copper tabs, or these little tabs right here, they'll lose their springiness, and so you'll try to bend them back, and then they'll break off. This little part right here will break off. Sorry, it's so hard to hold it still zoomed in, but so I did a fix with a piece of wire right here. Now, this may look thick in this video, obviously. Hold it with both hands to stabilize it. But that's a very, very thin piece of wire. So what I do, as you can see, it's soldered down to the board. I use some flux, so you can see my flux on there. You first want to prep it with flux, and this is what I use, electrical flux. You're going to remove the old pad. It's going to be very easy to break it free. And then you'll use your soldering iron, a clean tip. As you can tell, this tip is very clean. Now this is just the light corrosion from cooling back down. But I first take my wire brush, and when I brush it down, when it's normally being in use, as you can see, my tip is always very silver. You want to have it silver, a very clean tip, to do a repair like this. So you're gonna, when you break off the other tabs, you'll just basically heat it up with some flux on it. The rest of the tab will just come off with the tip. And then what you'll do is you'll take a piece of, here's a piece of 10 gauge wire, as you can see here. And there's some strands, some thin strands. So I take the strand, one of these little strands, and I straighten it out. And then what I do is I make it into a little C that's the same size, the same length and height as the little gold springy tab, as you can see right there. And once I'm able to get it at the same height and the same length, then I tin it. So then I take the wire. So find a piece of wire here. And this one's already pre-tinned, but I go and take it, put some flux on here, so you'll dip the wire into the flux, and then you'll tin it, so using the solder till the solder sticks on it, as you can see, and then I fold that into a C, using my side snips to trim it to look just like that, and then I solder it down, just touching the soldering iron to it, while holding it with a small pair of needle nose pliers. And when you put it all back together, I will now go and close this phone up. My focus is not working very well. There we go. And so I'm going to go and close the phone. Take this and simply close it. And if you do this properly, you'll have no problem. And then I'll take my screwdriver, pencil up screwdriver, and screw in these. Now, remember, I'm only one person, so I can only do this as well as I can. So I'm just going to put one screw in just to show you. The two screws will be fine. So now when I hit the home button, as you can see, I have functionality of my screen. No problem anymore. So that's the good trick. As you can see how thin this wire is. I used 10 gauge regular electrical wire. You first tin it, bend it into a C, the same size, the same length as the old tab, and then get it to the same height, and your phone will work again, and you'll be able to have no problem using the home button. Hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please answer below. Have fun fixing your phone, and please subscribe, and keep updated for the latest videos on a lot of the stuff that I do. Thank you for watching.